cords get tangled easily. It really fucks me up. Fucking hell! Pardon me. Well, I mean, I guess I can say hell, since, you know, it's not... You get what I mean, right? What is it? Testing audio. A little bit loud with music and shit. But besides that, it should be fine. Let's close that book. Slide it. Glasses case. Right. There we go. Let me just get my glasses clean for a second. Fun fact, right? I watched the trailer for this, and despite having such beautiful art style, the voice acting isn't, you know, not to shit on anyone. And I'm like, why? Because usually when there's bad acting, there's bad art, right? And I was a bit confused. Henry, this isn't Fortnite, go away. And the reason, like, I was like, you know, I was like, why does this look so good? Turns out, the people who worked on the, I presume worked on the art, right? The people who worked on the art here are the same people who helped worked on the Sakura games. Sakura Swim Club, Sakura Succubus, Sakura Space. Whatever. And I'm like, that makes so much sense why the art's so good. You don't need to announce you're leaving, you could just leave, Henry. Since I can't guarantee what's in here. I can't guarantee, like, as the chat can see, this is something else. This ain't no fucking Sakura game. I can't guarantee that, you know. Golly! Although I do wish to start soon because I feel, I don't know if you guys know this, right? But I have it's not necessarily a fear exactly. I mean, it's a semi-fear, right? And it's a very, I would say obscure and strange fear, and I don't know if anyone else has, right? It's when characters in movie posters or covers are looking directly at you, right? Like, it makes me feel uncomfortable, like I'm being watched. And, you know, you can see right now that you know what? You get what I mean, right? And it's making me, I mean, I feel like I'm being judged a little bit. I mean, it makes sense why I'm being judged since I'm a loathsome, sinful sinner. Okay, let me start it up before I want to go get my glasses cleaned and take my bowl and cup out. I wake up in bed with Sarah, her arms wrapped around me tightly. The warmth of her body next to mine is comforting, and it makes me feel safe. I can't see shit. I'm guessing L1 back, R1 skip, and squares auto. Even so, I still feel the lingering pain of breaking up with my boyfriend as I brush some of my hair out of my face. I'm sure it's a mess. I'm a mess. I don't know how Sarah tolerates me so much. Tolerates me sometimes. Oh, wait, if I press the middle, I can... She's really been amazing through it all.
Waking up next to her makes every day start out on a better note. I wouldn't have gotten through the end of my relationship without her. She was there for me every step of the way, always lending an ear and offering a shoulder to cry on. Hello. I met Sarah at university, and at first, we didn't really speak to each other. We both had the same major, but we didn't have any classes together. I'm not bad myself. But once we did, it was like I've known her since forever. It's hard to explain unless you believe in reincarnation. There was an instant connection between us, and it was like we were meant to be friends. Do you know that feeling when the other person speaks and you say the same thing at the same time, using the exact same words? It's like you're on the same wavelength and you don't even need to talk to understand how they're feeling. That's how it is between Sarah and I. It's been that way for a long time. With just a quick glance, we can understand each other's thoughts and emotions. It's a unique bond that not everyone can experience. Anyway, we started hanging out more and more, and before I knew it, she became my best friend. She's been my rock throughout the years, and I am so grateful to have her in my life. Oh! Hello! I lean in and give her a kiss on the forehead. She stares and opens her eyes, then she smiles at me, and I can't help but feel content. I know that no matter what happens, she will always be there for me. Stretching, I wiggle in bed, trying to wake up without bothering Sarah too much. She works hard to make sure we stay ahead of our bills. As a waitress, she doesn't earn a ton, but it's enough. Luckily, I have some savings to help out. I used to make really good money as a personal shopper for visiting CEOs and celebrities, but the company let me go as expenses started going up. Now I work as an odor sniffer. It's awful. I hate it, but I needed a job. I have to have one just to make ends meet. It mostly involves testing perfumes and deodorants. The perfumes aren't so bad sometimes. I want to keep them. But when I have to do a smell test to make sure deodorants is working, well, it has me wondering if working at a fast food place would be better. Sure, I'd smell like old food, but I wouldn't have to smell other people. I actually groan as I think about this. Sarah rolls over to face me and smiles. Good morning, beautiful. It's a morning? How do you pronounce that? Ikaya? Can I just pronounce it Erica? Sorry. You're just saying that because you're not excited for work, aren't you? Oh, please don't look at me like that. I glare at her. It can't be that bad. It's worse. Oh, come on. It's only temporary. Even better, you're a certified professional. I don't laugh, despite her smile. She lifts her arm and offers me her armpit. Give me a whiff. Tell me how it smells. We have to make sure your nose is still working. Throughout the game's story, you will be presented with multiple choices that affect the outcome. These choices come in two forms: those that alter the dynamic between you and the one of the romantic interests, such as Sarah, and those that will be introduced later in the narrative. At the conclusion of the story, you unlock an ending, and with the romantic interest that you have the highest relationship value with. Look, it's... don't judge me, but like, in my opinion, it's different smelling your partner. Well, I mean, it's not... I guess we're not partners, but it's like... you can't tell me this isn't a bit gay in the kindest way possible. Well, she asked for it, and I'm not about to back out of a challenge. Don't... oh! I grab her arm, lean forward, and take a sniff. just like, pretend to throw up and gag. My nose brushes her bicep, and even though she hasn't gotten out of bed, she doesn't smell bad. It's a much more pleasant experience than some of the ones I've gotten used to. It's a miracle. I survived. Then again, that means I actually have to go to work today, so maybe I'm not so lucky after all. Oh. Romance. Certain choices will increase other characters' relationship with you. To unlock a specific character's ending, you need to have at least 80% relationship points and trigger the love scene. Sarah laughs. She shoves me a little. Her teasing works. I grin and play along a bit more. I tell her I have to smell the other one to be sure, and she shakes her head while giggling. I know that she's ticklish. I curl my finger as a threat, and she pushes at me. Stop, I give. You're the one that wanted me, You're the one that wanted to see me at work. Let's go. Other armpit, we've got to be thorough. No! We both laugh and sense there's something soft in her eyes. She bites her bottom lip and pats my thigh. We can't play around in bed all day, even if it's more fun than whatever is waiting outside. A sad mark of adulthood. Golly. As we get ready, I keep scrolling through temp agency posts and job openings. Even if what I'm doing pays well, I'm desperate to do more. My parents made so many sacrifices to send me to college, and now I'm not doing anything with that degree. I feel like a failure. I'm ashamed. I keep putting off seeing them so I don't have to talk about it. I know they'll ask. I can't stand the idea of that conversation. Hey. Oh, that little head ornament. Oh, whatever it is. That's adorable. She looks at my phone. Relax. You don't have to find a new job. We're okay. Yeah, I know. That doesn't mean we can't be more okay. As Sarah frantically swipes through her phone, scrolling through ridiculous celebrity gossip, she suddenly stops and nearly spits out her breakfast. What is it? You need to see this, like, right now. Sarah thrusts her phone at me, revealing a stunning woman in a glittery outfit that looks like it was made for a space cadet. I'm not entirely sure why she's showing it to me, but I humor her anyway. Uh-huh. She's a real beauty. What? No, silly. I mean, yeah, she's smoking hot and I'd love to meet her in person, but check out that outfit. What about it? It's called Shiny Diamonds and it costs a cool 10 mil. Can you fucking believe that? Those shiny things are all diamonds? Yeah! 10 million bucks for a dress. That's outrageous. Think of all the starving people in the world, and these fashion designers are out here wasting. Sarah cuts me off, grabbing my hand and giving me a comforting squeeze. Is she grabbing my breasts or just me? Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to get you all riled up, Buttercup. I know it's not your fault, but still, it makes me angry. We're so accustomed to seeing wealthy celebs throwing away their cash on pointless things while other people are barely scraping by. Our living situation is far from ideal, but we're still living like queens compared to a lot of people out there. The level of disparity between classes is disgusting. And it's not like all those people did anything wrong to get in that situation. They just happened to be born under the wrong circumstances. I agree, that is sickening, but what can we do? Nothing. Exactly, nothing. So try not to worry about it. I allowed a tired sigh. I wish it was easier to pretend everything was fine with the world. Sarah leans in and plants a tender kiss on my hand, gazing at me with that signature playful twinkle in her eye. Can't help but wonder what thoughts are dancing through her mind when she looks at me with such adorable mischief. Preferences. Okay, music. Sorry, I couldn't hear myself fucking think. It's better to be gently playing in the background, wouldn't you see? Let me test it, right? It's better to be gently playing in the background, wouldn't you see? Let me test it. Because I can hear it gently. I don't know if you guys can hear it gently. Oh, sorry, perverted brain. I'm not trying to be weird with everything, but like, I don't know how else to express myself, right? Because it's like, I know it sounds dumb, but like, I'm not trying to be ooga booga titties all the time, right? But it's like my body has its own reaction. I'm really not trying to be like perverted all the time. It's just, I don't know how to go, like, I can't just sit here and go, oh, nice. Oh, okay, that's cute. It's like, whoa, golly. That's adorable. But that is adorable. Matillo, the stray cat we took in, meows at me. He's already finished his food. I reach into the cabinet to scoop out some more, but it's basically empty. I give the little cat a treat instead. Then I make a note to pick up more cat food. This is gonna sound weird, right? But you know what I love? You know what it's hard to express because I can't tell what is good anatomy or not, right? Because I am a self-proclaimed character designer, but I don't really have the whole realistic anatomy shit, right? I think what I love about these designs is that despite having such larger chests, it still looks natural. Like, the anatomy doesn't look natural, where there's stuff like the Sector Succubus game, where it's like massive chest, but like still kind of thin waist, or like the stomach and waist area is thin, but the thighs and ass are massive. Like, in a sense, it doesn't feel, it feels over exaggerated with those ones, but these feel beautiful and natural. It doesn't feel you're just adding massive tits for a horny thing. You can see that it has more to it, if that makes sense. I swear, we spend more on his food than ours. She pokes his belly and he rolls over, eager to be pat. I scratch his chin and smile. He deserves it. He struggled to get food for a long time. He needs the easy life. Sarah rubs my hip. Look at you being all sweet and patting your pussy. Oh. Oh. I don't know what's reacting more, my crotch or my heart. Because it's like, it's charming in a sense, but it's like, compared to like other visual novels where they try to play it safe, you know, as much as they can, it just kind of struck two places at once. Sorry, it just... Oh, sorry, it just feels... How do I say it without... It makes me feel weird, right? Not in a horny weird, but like... Ooh, oh, fuck, it kind of makes a feeling of butterflies in my stomach. Like, I can't explain it, I'm sorry, but like... It's like pins and needles in my stomach, but it doesn't hurt. Maybe it's a great change of pace. I was expecting her to be so South Parky-ish, I guess. That was a bad not analogy, but you get. Fuck, sorry, my brain's so fuzzled. I might be getting flustered. Oh fuck! Is this what being flustered is like? I'm so used to being the dominant one in the conversation, having someone be dumber than me. Ooh, golly. I don't know how I feel. It feels weird, really weird. I swat at her but laugh. Don't say it like that. It's okay. We all know you're a prude. Fuck, sorry. It's okay. We all know you're a prude. Mirtillo included. What is prude? If I was a prude, would I do this? I mess up her hair and then kiss her neck when she tries to fix it. She shoves me playfully. We go back and forth as we work on breakfast. Just a couple of bowls of cereal and then we eat together. Sarah takes my hand. Sorry, my brain is ruining the moment by she playfully pushes me away and my head hits the back of the counter, fucking killing me on the spot. To see the blood smeared as I slide down. That's what I love about you. You're so selfless, whether we're talking about people or animals. Aww. See, stuff like this is making me nervous in the wrong way. Because I don't like how they're kind of just staring at me. It's an odd fear. Promise you'll be safe outside today. I always am. Yeah, but I worry. People have been crazy lately with all the layoffs. Just remember to trust your gut and avoid distractions. The less detours you make getting home, the better. We clean up and both pat Martello, our hands overlapping as we stroke him and make him purr. When we finally lock the door behind us, I remember that I'm finally getting paid. I'm going to look into buying another bed. I'm getting my paycheck today and we're all caught up on bills. It would be better to put that money towards food. I mean, it's not like we have an issue. Sorry, my throat's closing up. it would be better to put that money towards food. I mean, it's not like we have any issues sleeping together, right? That's true. And honestly, it would have... And honestly, it would have to be a toddler bed to fit anywhere. We need to win the lottery to get an apartment with enough room for 2 adult-sized beds. You do have a point, which is frustrating. It shouldn't be so hard to have 2-bedroom apartment. You know, why don't you pick up a lottery ticket on your way home today? I thought you didn't want me to take any detours. Yeah, I know what I said, but I'm feeling lucky. Now, have a good day at work, stay safe, and love you. Did I cover anything? I roll my eyes, but make my way to the underground to head to work. Sarah's words echo in my mind as I walk, especially when she says she loves me. I can't help but wonder if her affection is strictly platonic, or if there's something deeper beneath the surface. Okay. Pause, right? Let's pause. You're trying... Sorry. Love the outfit, love the thighs. Sorry. You're telling... That neck, though. Sorry. You're telling me they're friends, right? Look, I'm just saying, right? If the 2 main characters were both guys, right? And they were both in their underwear, like, holding each other, you're not gonna call that gay? You're not gonna assume they're lovers. Like, look, I'm happy for them to be gay, but it's like, you're just gonna like, oh, the way he was holding me earlier, I wonder if it was in a platonic sense or not. My brain's kind of flustered because it's like, I would presume that they're gay, but you're telling me they're just friends? Are you fucking serious? Imagine if it was like one character's a dude and one character's a female, and they're just friends. You gonna believe that shit? Oh no. I was so distracted about them not being gay, I forgot. We're in the worst place imaginable. The British land. Or if there's something deeper beneath the surface. I know she's into women, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's into me, and we've never really talked about the possibility despite how comfortable we are with each other physically. As for myself, I can't deny the fact that I've been attracted to women before. I identify as pansexual, and I've had my fair share of college flings. They never lead to anything too serious, though. With Sarah, I feel a sense of trepidation about making a move and potentially jeopardizing our beautiful friendship. I pass a convenience store, lost in my thoughts. I do notice that the lottery prize is £60 million. It's the highest jackpot I've ever seen. I end up taking a closer look at one of these gossip magazines. The news of the split between singer Jakira and golf champion Paul Goodman is disheartening. Their battle over maternal possessions has become a distasteful display of greed. If I buy something that I own, why would I give it to a partner splitting? Like, did you pay for the TV? Did you pay for the fridge? I don't know why you are getting something I didn't pay for. I mean, I have no idea what divorce is like, but I presume it fucking sucks. Paul's claim over a collection of costly watches and Jakira's desire for a grand villa Viola in the Bahamas seemed trivial and unjustified to me. Pardon me, sorry. How much do they really need? I can't help but think back to my earlier conversation with Sarah. This is yet another somber reminder of a flawed system that values wealth and status over humanity and empathy. I shake my head in disappointment. The world really feels beyond saving from its greed-driven ways at this point. I decide to buy a ticket for Sarah and stuff it in my bag. Lotteries are an idiot tax for a reason. Only one person is going to win, and the odds are stacked, but when you're desperate, you try everything. Like working a job based around smelling things. I get through the day, only gagging once. Leave the office exhausted. Who knew sniffing things all day could be so tiring? I haul my bag over my shoulder and look around. The city is already dark as the sun sets and the lights are turning on steadily. I mean, you would think that the people being smelled would, is it like, oh, have a shower, but it's like, oh, don't have a shower to make sure this deodorant works. I'm like, that defeats the purpose. How? I don't really understand. Australian flag mentioned. There are more people than normal on the streets with signs. Most are begging for jobs, not money. I've never gotten to that point. Small miracles. As I try to make my way to the underground, I see an older woman sitting on the ground, wrapped up in a holly jacket. She shivers and then looks up at me. I hope you have a good night, honey. It pulls at my heart. Do you have somewhere to go? She shakes her head. Have you eaten today? She hesitates. She then shakes her head. She doesn't ask me for any money either. She just sits there, looking around. Give me just a minute. Don't go anywhere, okay? The woman nods, obviously confused. I duck into the convenience store, pick up a bag of cat food, a small one. Then I use my card to pay and get 100 GBP back. I thank the clerk and walk out of the brightly lit store. The sky is a deep purple now, and I'm definitely eager to get home. The darker it gets, the more dangerous it is to be out and about. I crouch down in front of the woman and give her the 10 GBP. No one deserves to go without food. The woman's eyes water and she hugs me. I ignore the lingering smell on her skin and hug her back. Everyone deserves a little bit of caring too, no matter what their situation is. I'm sorry I can't spare more. I appreciate you. I'm tempted to give her the £1 note I have in my wallet too, just to make sure she can get some food, but she pats my cheek and gives me a toothy smile that warms my heart. She looks up at me with tired eyes and speaks again in a more serious tone. We're like little ants, you and I, observed by those above us. I'm confused as to where she's going with this, but I let her continue without interruption. We're all busy with our lives, trying to make ends meet. Some of us are luckier than others. Some try to climb the social ranks, but they're fighting more and more for less and less. And then there are the few at the top, the ones with everything, the power. They look down on us, with their wealth enough to last for generations. But what are they truly worth? Shouldn't their lives be worth just as much as mine? I'm speechless at the woman's rambling, so I just smile at her before I head to the underground. I hold my bag against my front, so I'm harder to steal from, and make sure that I keep my eyes forward. As long as I don't look like a tourist and I don't look lost, I shouldn't have a problem. Just 2 more minutes and I'll be safe on the underground. Oh, what the fuck is that? Is that Mexican lights? What the fuck is that doing here? But just before I get there, something lights up the sky. I look up and squint. It looks like a UFO, but it's bigger than any of the ones I've seen in pictures or movies online. I shield my eyes. It has to be some kind of an advertising show. Even if it is realistic, really realistic, almost too... A ray of light descends around me and the hairs on the back of my neck raise. I cling to the cat food and my bag as something shifts. I can't really explain it. One moment I'm on the ground and the next I'm laying on the floor. If a floor is the right term, it's glinting with blue light and shifting. What the fuck? Nope, nope, nope. Would you rather... I don't know what I would do. Like, would you rather kill yourself by jumping into the cold, freezing pit of space, or try and fucking fight, like, fist up and fight, like, your captors? I put my palm on the floor and push myself to my feet. All the while, all the walls are white and there's a big glass window where I can see the earth. No, that's impossible. I turn around and find a humanoid figure. Their skin is deep blue and they have bigger, all white eyes. When they blink, it's the wrong way. A shiver slips across my spine. I dig my nails into my backpack. The more I turn in a circle, the more of them I see. When I look back down, I can see the city beyond the moving blue specks of light. Please let this be a dream. I'm gonna start fighting. I don't care. Come at me, fuckers. Please, please, please wake up. Who are you? There's no answer. No one moves. I pinch myself to confirm that I'm not dreaming. What do you want? Why am I here? How did you get here? Still no answer. I turn into another circle, but none of them move and none of them speak. They just keep blinking at me at weird intervals. I nearly choke on my own spit. Definitely awake. Yep, I'm definitely in trouble now. I'm breathing way too fast. I feel dizzy. I feel like I'm just going to fall over and pass out. Maybe then I'll wake up at home, or they'll probe me like in the movies. Look, 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 look. I am a kinky freak, and maybe I have thought about it, but I'm not actually interested. You hear me? Don't even fucking try it. I will jam my heels so far into your alien balls, you'll be fucking squealing for eons. That's a complete bluff, and I'm shitting myself right now, but it's the only shit I got. I don't know which is worse. Just as I'm about to start screaming like an angry toddler, one of them steps forward. They're on the lean side with pointed ears and thick shoulder-length hair that shifts from a blue color at the top to the sort of Socrates color below. Their big eyes drink me in, and then they put their hands behind their back. I am Zine. Exin. I am Exin. I am Exin. Exit? Exin nods. They're treating the situation like this is an ordinary thing, like I should be fine with it, but I'm not. Nothing about this is okay, and I am not fine. I'm much closer to a total breakdown. This can't be happening. This has to be fake, a dream, a hallucination. Maybe I fell and I'm in a coma. Exit leans their head to one side curiously as they watch me panic. Can they hear my heart as it races in my chest? Exit takes a step forward. They move their head and I catch movement from... Wait, what? They move their head and I catch movement below me. The entire floor goes transparent along with anything that might be under this level. All I can see is the city below. People move like ants. Some pointing at the ship. Some refusing to look up. Oh God. The whole world is spinning and I gasp as my eyes start to roll back. I fall, but my arms catch me. I look up to find Exon very close to me. Exon helps me find my feet, even while my legs shake. I make myself look at them, not the crowd of aliens behind Exon, just Exon. People are noticing your ship. As if that sets off a reaction, I hear sirens. A helicopter hovers below. Police start closing in. Lights come on all over the city. I manage to swallow and force my tears back. Please let me go. I won't tell anyone. I'll just go. I promise. You are not a prisoner. What? You may leave whenever you wish. We will not stop you. I definitely have questions regarding how exactly I'm supposed to do that, but that's not the only thing I want to ask about now. Now that I know they're not going to immediately destroy me. Can I? Wait. Can I? Actually, that's whatever. First contact. That's all I care about. Why do I look? Aliens? Good for you. I honestly don't give two shits. I want to go home to my platonic partner. I don't give two shits about who you are, who your little buddies are. This whole spaceship, don't give two shits. I'd rather go home, pass out from fear, and go on about my day. Why did you capture me? I'm not special. Exon looks around a moment. They don't answer right away. It's like they're processing my question, which is weird because I don't think something that simple would require so much thought. We observed what you had just done. Walking? They shake their head. You prioritize another above yourself and provided them with money without being asked. We thought you would be a good subject to ask. I hold my hand up before they can continue. It's my turn to process. Somehow, me giving money to a woman who needed it meant I was good for abduction. And they're not talking about probing, they're talking about questions. What kind of alien move is this? I have some questions too. No, I don't. Let me go home. My very best friend is gonna be very worried about me. And I don't know what she'll do to you. Where do you come from? Exon cocks their head to the side. It's not a confusing question. I don't know why they're looking at me like that. It's hard to see any emotion on their face, but the moment their head is enough, they didn't expect me to care. The movement... I don't know why you're surprised. It's like... It's kind of fucked up if you think about it. It's like walking up to someone who's from another country and like they know English, but English isn't their first language. It's like, oh, where are you from? And they're trying to process how to respond in English, and you're like, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard of a question that takes this long. Maybe for you. Doesn't mean, like, you know, Earth language is their first language. You know what I mean? The movement of their head is enough. They didn't expect me to care. We come from a distant planet. They give me coordinates that mean nothing to me at all. When I didn't respond to that, they try again. Our planet is 10,000 light years from Earth. It is slightly different, however. It has a similar atmosphere. Again, their answer means next to nothing to me, because why would they leave a perfectly good planet to come here? That's a pretty long distance to travel, I think. We've been able to go to the moon, but we haven't been able to send people any further. Or rather, we stopped trying to go any further. If we all allocated more resources to it, things might be different. I doubt we'd have gotten to the point where we could travel as far as these aliens did, though. What are you? You look humanoid, but not like us. What type of fucking question is that? You look humanoid. I'm sorry. What? I'm trying to comprehend my own question. You look humanoid, but not us. No shit. Like, is there like werewolves, vampires, mummies, undead? Do they exist in this world that you can categorize as, you know, like humanoid, but not us? But what does that mean? What other quote-unquote humanoids have you met that aren't, for this to be a normal question? Am I the only crazy one that doesn't make sense? What, you're fucking friends with a skinwalker, whatever the fuck they're called? Well, I mean, technically they're... I mean, would they be humanoid? They turn into animals, but they're human at some point. Not just looking like human, they are human at some point, right? My voice shakes with fear and surprise as I ask the being in front of me. I can feel myself babbling. My words aren't coming out as I want them to. The creature answers in a calm and measured tone. Yes, our species share several traits. I'm glad, since that will make the interaction between us easier. Easier? What if I look like giant insectoid? Would that unsettle you? I can't help but think back to the beggar's story. I imagine them as ants, alien ants coming from space to conquer Earth. I panicked for a moment, but then I managed to calm myself down, at least enough to not scream. Yes, it would. You speak my language? Reminds me of that fucking video, right? It's like, I'm gonna try and talk to you and enjoy your language. What if the fucking vine is just like, I appreciate you and I'm gonna try and talk to you with your language. You know how to speak English? Exon remained silent for a few seconds. I look at them, unsure if they understood my simple question. Yes, when you entered our ship, we were still learning the other 799,000. This is what took us some time before we could speak with you. I apologize for the wait. The other 70,909 7,900. What the fuck is that number? What is that number? Languages, of course. Currently on your planet there are 7,100 spoken languages. Now we have assimilated them all. Okay, this explains it. I laugh hysterically and somehow end up thinking about my Spanish teacher. It would have been so easy to pass the exam if I could just... What am I thinking? I shake my head, trying to focus on what's happening right now. What are you doing here? What's the point? Exon nods once. They approve of that question, at least. We are space travelers. Our goal is to find and fix the problems of planets we encounter along the way. Those with civilians tend to need assistance. That makes sense. Our history is a list of problems. I'm sure any beacon we send out has at least the basics of the hell we put ourselves through. We definitely have problems. A lot of them. I nod. I do have an additional question for you. I motion for them to go ahead. I almost look at the floor, but then I remember what it currently looks like and refuse to. I need to stay coherent. I won't be able to do that if I'm busy imagining myself falling to my death. The token you gave that woman, what you call money, that is used in transactions, correct? Transactions? Yeah. Why did you have... Wait, what? Why did you have to obtain more? Is it normal to exchange money for nothing? No. So, we have a limited amount of money. We get it by working. See, everyone has a job, work they do to keep society running. Some people get paid more for their work, some get paid less. You normally use that money to pay for your home, your food, and the electricity and water you use, and so on. They blink at me. I can't tell if I've lost them or not. Some people don't have any money. They can't work or get a job because of that. They can't have a house or anything essential. They live on the streets. They nod. I think they actually do understand. Good. I'll keep going then. I didn't like that she didn't have anything, not even food, so I had to go get some money so I could give it to her so that she could use that money to buy herself something to eat. Then it is common to give money to those that have less. Humans often give money to those in need of it. I laugh. I can't help it. It's such a ridiculous thing to think. So optimistic. I cough when I realize that no one else is laughing. They must have done little to no research on us, or maybe they're just trying to be polite, to give us the benefit of the doubt. Some people do that. Good people do. But that's not how it works. But it is needed. Yes, but really big amounts of money are concentrated in the hands of just a few people. Those people either inherit it or own a lot of companies or something along those lines. They are the ones that get to make all the important decisions in our world. Exon blinks, but I register surprise. They open their mouth, close it, and then put their hands behind their back again. That would fail quickly. It is odd that it has not already. I nod. What if those few prioritize themselves and pursue goals that don't line up with the civilization's needs? Are they encouraged to use their money for the benefit of the whole community? Is there incentive? Nope, not really, unfortunately. But hey, now that you're here, you can fix it. That potential scenario you pitched is exactly what's happening. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. That is what's happening. By the way, people with money are the ones that have power. I pause for a moment. I probably need to explain a bit more than that to them, to make them understand my thoughts as well as I can. With power you can do many things, like changing laws in your favor. So, what's those people do? They control the world. Oh, so that's what those people do. They control the world. Yes, in a way. That's how it works. Sorry, I was just seeing if there's like noise. It's just silence. Yes, in a way, that's how it works. But honestly, rich people aren't the only problem. Most people would do the same if they were in their place. Most don't mean all. Yeah, you're right, but capitalism is basically designed to take power away from well-meaning people. You don't make it to the top by spreading out your money. That's just how it works, and it's what we use in our world. I'm not even sure there's a viable alternative. They tried other systems in the past, but everything failed. Political sciences aren't exactly my forte, so I decided to stop. I've probably already inserted too many of my own opinions to give them a completely fair take on things. But how am I supposed to see the system any other way than when it's crushing me and so many other people out there? Exon nods after a long moment. You are free to go. Talking with you has been enlightening. Oh, okay. Where do I go to leave? There's not a door or anything, and I'm not planning on just jumping out of the ship. Stand in the center of the room, in the circle just behind you. I look over my shoulder but hesitate. What if they wipe my memory? What if now is the probing starts? I haven't seen a movie where interacting with aliens goes well. They're all about abduction, testing, and annihilation. Nothing will happen to you. We are not a malevolent species. I hope you will come on board again so we can continue this conversation as changes are made. So you gotta get about 80 changes? Exon takes a step forward, and I take 2 back. As soon as I'm in the circle, light appears all around me. So glad I'm not disheveled and who knows what. The next thing I know, I'm hovering just above the ground. I step down and the light is gone. By the time I look up, the ship has vanished. I blink a few times. It couldn't have been real. It had to be some hallucination, some dream. But it felt so real. Hallucinations do feel real though, otherwise no one would believe them. It wasn't a dream, but that doesn't mean it happened. Sorry, let me retry that. That was gross. But it felt so real. Hallucinations do feel real though, otherwise no one would believe them. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream, but that doesn't mean it happened. I continue with that line of logic until I see people pointing at me from behind police tapes. They yell for me, but I sprint home. I ignore the underground entirely. A few people try to stop me, and one even managed to ask what's going on, but I say a quick, I don't know, and keep going. As soon as I get into the building, I hold the door shut. Something buzzes, and for a moment I'm sure that the aliens put something in me that's going to explode. But then I hear my ringtone and find my phone. I have 3 missed calls from Sarah, on top of a bunch of texts. Instead of answering, I just rush up the stairs to our flat and shut the door. I lock it and look for Sarah, ready to spill everything. Dream, hallucinations, real, I don't care. I need it out of my head. Oh, you see it on the little TV back there. But instead, I find her holding her cell phone against her chest. She bites her lip as she watches the TV. I stand beside her and look as well. The news is all about a giant spaceship sighted over London. Now it's moving quickly towards the House of Parliament. What the fuck is that? I was there. I know! On the street. I was so worried! I shake my head slowly. I was on the ship. I talked to them and I answered all their questions and... Sarah looks at me with an open mouth, then her expression becomes serious. Okay, let's just say for easier purposes, refer to this as Kai, or, yeah, Kai. Kai, I swear, if this is one of your bad jokes, I'm not in the mood. It's the truth. Calm down. I'll explain everything. Oh, come on! Oh, sorry. No, my brain. Oh, come here. She hugs me tightly, patting the back of my head as I tell her everything I can possibly remember. When I realize my backpack is between us, I toss it and the cat food to the side and hug her back. I fist her shirt in my hands and she clutches me just as tightly. So they just wanted to chat and then they released you? Yeah, that's about it. Then they let you go just like that? Yep. Strange. Why is that? Well, if I were an extraterrestrial and I stumbled upon such an adorable specimen of the human race, I'd at least ask for a hug. Despite Sarah's attempt to inject humor into the conversation, I can see the fear lurking beneath her playful expression. It quickly returns once the joke is over. I'm scared. What's going to happen? They're aliens. It can't be anything good, even if they want to fix things, right? She shakes her head. We're both shaking. We're terrified of the future, and it's not like we have anywhere to run to. We're stuck right here to watch how it plays out. Chapter 2. Changes. I make another pot of coffee as Sarah paces in front of the TV. We've been waiting all night for more news. Currently, the ship is still positioned over Parliament, and the news scatters are reporting that there's no sign of life. They're starting to think it's some sort of prank. But everyone is afraid. I shake as I pour the coffee for us. Then Matillo hops up on the counter and meows at me, bumping my arm with his head over and over. Okay, let's take a break. Okay. Okay, gallery, right? So there's bad ending, good ending. Alone ending, see Sarah and military scene. I like the bad ending, good ending, floating scene, love scene. For love scene, heart gesture. Oh, 8%. Okay. I personally don't like the pinups. Only because it looks like such a different art style, right? Like you see Sarah's face in the right corner and then Sarah's in the middle. It just... I wouldn't say it's ugly, it's just not for me personally. It's kind of disappointing that the gallery photos are just special events, so like not every whatever. But I enjoyed this. I think the writing, I'm not a writer myself. I have trouble making, I have stories, but dialogue is not my specialty, right? But this feels, if I had to say, this feels much better and like well written than any other visual novel, mostly other visual novels I've played, right? Let me just add it to the playlist. I'm a bit confused, right? Because they clarified how the endings work. It says it'll auto try and get the compatibility with whoever, right? Like whoever, like if you share whatever, right? the one with the most thing, you get that good ending. But there's also bad endings. But the question, so how does this work, right? So let's say I get Exon's good ending, and because I got that ending, because it got more than Sarah's, does that mean I get Sarah's bad ending as well? It's like a 2-for-1? Or if I get Sarah's good ending, unlocks Exon's bad ending? You know? I'm just a bit confused, because it clearly said, depending on who you are rooting for, it'll pick the most, like, who you got most points with. And for a good ending, it has to be like 80 and above.